Good afternoon. Thank you for the kind opportunity. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Hendy Stiono. I am the founder and group CEO of Babarafi Enterprise. Today, I will be sharing a topic about Indonesia franchise market, the growth and potential business opportunity. Here, I share some slides that already provided in Japanese language. First of all, I have a quote that is inspiring me all the time on the business, which is, if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go together. By using this spirit, we believe that collaboration will be a key fundamental success on business expansion and also growth, especially in a different market. First of all, let me tell a story about how a Babarafi business started in the beginning. We started a very humble beginning with one simple pushcart. It was on 2003. So it was 20 years ago when we started the first business of selling kebab. The idea itself was when I visited my father, who was working in the Middle East in Qatar. So there I saw a lot of kebab chain, and I found the idea to start my own kebab business in Surabaya, in Indonesia. So then I started with one very simple pushcart selling kebab, and we are fortunate and blessed that the business was accepted very well. And within 20 years, we operate and expand more than 1,300 outlets, not just in Indonesia, but as well in 10 different countries. So a little bit of the Babarafi journey. We started in 2003, and then we start to do a business expansion overseas when we were in 2012. And then we started to expand in different business model. And currently, we are now operating in 10 different countries across Asia country, which is Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Brunei, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and India. And then this is the journey when we first started Babarafi 20 years ago. We started with a very humble beginning of selling kebab using pushcart. So within this small medium enterprise spirit, we wanted to grow and expand the business not just locally in Surabaya, but as well nationally across Indonesia market. And then a little bit of the journey itself, we try to innovate using food corner and grab and go model from black kiosk, black booth, black container, and so on. And then the business, we are fortunate able to grow and expand globally. So these are some of the stores that we are able to open in China, in Brunei, as well as in Philippines and also in Malaysia. So during our 20 years of journey, we wanted to expand the model not just in Surabaya, where Surabaya is in Java Island. And as we may all know that 50% of the market in Indonesia is in Java Island, either in Jakarta or in Surabaya. So we wanted to grow the business outside Java Island, which there's also Sumatra, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and so on. As the demographic of Indonesian population mostly are Muslim, 80% are Muslim. So halal food are one of the way we enter the Indonesian market by trying to promote the halal ingredients and halal food as well. And the demographic of Indonesia itself, with 270 million population, so it is a huge opportunity for the market itself. As the time flies and the business expansion, we try to expand not just in one single chain with Kebab Turki Babarafi with over 1,300 stores, but we also wanted to grow in a different brand. such as a beverage brand. We have Forestry Coffee with 80 outlets. We have Menanti with over 100 stores, and other food brands such as Ngikan, Nyapi, and etc. So these are all under the group business of Baba Rafi Enterprise, and we are still looking forward to have a more opportunity, especially Japanese F&B concept, Japanese food concept that able run in Indonesia market, either together with Baba Rafi Enterprise as the holding partner, or we want to be the partner in the local market itself. So a little bit of introduction. These are one of the product that we try to serve, which is a halal product. It's a kebab menu, shawarma, a food concept with a grab and go business model. And then our other concept with different brand, we have Ngikan with over 200 outlets, is fish and chips, but we are using rice because most of Indonesian customer, they love the rice itself. And then we try to introduce local culinary from NTT, from Kupang, which is sei sapi. So sei sapi itself is a smoked beef that we use with rice, and it's being accepted very well in the market. As well as Menanti. Menanti, what's interesting about Menanti is a tea drink concept where we collaborate with a Japanese influencer. We use with a Japanese brand ambassador called Waseda Boys and Jerome Pauline, which is a very famous Japanese influencers from Japan that is very famous in Indonesia. And we try to expand the model here in Indonesia. And within 1 year, we are able to open more than 100 outlets in Indonesia itself. And then this is our other concept, Sempatin Nyayap, and we also try to introduce Kumau Ramen as our earliest brand. But of course, we are still open with any other Japanese concept that are able to be operate in Indonesia under the group of our company. So a little bit of sharing session on how is the food and beverage opportunity outlook, especially in Indonesia in 2023, which is now we are having 2024 next year, and it will be a big day for Indonesia because Indonesia will have a presidential election. So every time we have an election, every 5 years Democratic Party, the market is always excited, and this affects the economy as well as the behavior of customer, that they are willing to spend more, especially when they expect to shop and to buy items not just locally, but also more heavily international as well. So of course, the food and beverage are always be main consume because it's a daily thing. Everyone needs food and beverage. So there will always a new concept and new product that will come and enter the Indonesia market. But of course, price will be still a sensitive issue. So affordable menu will be one of the key success factor that will make the business sustain in the market. And then I also would like to share what is the key success of having a successful food and beverage in Indonesia, especially how to build a key successful factor to make a success business in F&B. First of all, is we need to have a research R&D of what the market needs. Understand that Indonesia is already open-minded country where we accept a lot of foreign concept and foreign brand into the market, especially a brand from the US, brand from Korea, and brand from Japan that's already being accepted in the market itself. So one will be the research of the demand in the market. Second will be the unique selling point, where the USP or a unique selling point will be one of the key success factor of having a successful business in the market. So understanding that by having a different or uniqueness in the market, then adopting on the local behavior, that will be one of the key success itself. One of the successful brand from Japan that is being a market leader in Indonesian market is Pocari Sweat, where Pocari Sweat they successfully enter the market by having a ion drink product as their main USP or unique selling position. And then the third key success factor will be targeting a specific target market, because your target market is not for everyone. We need to understand who we will be targeting, either millennials, Gen Z, or a family, or probably a targeting market of segmentation in the upper class, middle class, or lower class market. That will be different in terms of marketing strategy, pricing strategy, and how to enter the market itself. But if I can a little bit conclude what will the market needs as the indicator of the business that will be bombastic in the market. Nowadays, the online delivery is very booming in Indonesia. As we all know, we have a courier online delivery such as GrabFood and then GoFood, as well as Shopee Food, that most of the transaction now above 50% are from online. That means since pandemic that the behavior of the market from buying offline now already 50% online and 50% offline. And then unique concept itself will be a differentiator in the business, becoming a trendsetter. Trendsetter is also one way of winning the market, and how to make a business sustainable is also another thing, which is Japanese is already very good in terms of service standardization and the hospitality itself. So I believe by having this point is possible, and also will win the market in the business that trying to enter. And then the three ways of having the business that will be sustainable and also growing is three key, yaitu KIS. K will be creativity, I will be innovation, and S will be a synergy. So by having this case or creativity, innovation, and synergy, business will be growing and it will be sustained in Indonesian market. And then we have proven this concept. We have tried to develop this concept in the past 20 years. And by developing this, we are blessed that the business already being accepted in the market, even though a lot of especially US brand try to enter the Indonesian market. So these are some points that we have in mind in terms of developing business model. First will be have the creativity in business, especially when we want to enter a market that's already a lot of choice. So having a great idea and great concept from Japan that is already being proven and successfully operate in Japan will be one way to succeed in Indonesia. There are a lot of food chain and retail chain from Japan that is already success in the market of Indonesia. That is a proof concept that Japanese product are actually being accepted very well in the Indonesian market. And then number two, keep innovating, where the market is easily getting saturated. So innovation is one of the key to expect something new in the market, where a customer would like to see any kind of creativity and innovation that they are willing to try, especially if there are new items or new menu or new service that being brought in the market. And the third one or the last one will be a synergy or collaboration, one of the key success of a business is also as well as synergy internally and externally. And then by then, this will be a way to succeed and extend the business in the longer terms. One of our ministry, which is Sandiaga Uno, a true believer that by collaboration or by synergy, a business will be a long term. That will be one of the key success. So as my closing remark, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So we need to take action and move forward into a better future. So that's all from me. I'm Hendy Stiono. This is my Instagram account at Hendy Stiono and at Baba Raffi Official. Hope to discuss with you soon. Thank you very much.